Chicago roots, because you went to the Medill School of Journalism at Northwestern University.
Yeah, Northwestern, go Cats. They're playing right now. Not that you should be watching anything.
Are they winning?
7-3 last I checked my text from my buddies. Yeah, so my whole family's from Chicago. My parents raised us in the Bay Area, but we've been Chicago through and through from the start. I'm a diehard Cub fan, a Bulls fan. My dream was always to work at WGN, so being back and being a part of this right now.
Well, now you're at NBC News Today weekend, so that's not too shabby. WGN is cool and all, but today's show is pretty awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, no, they just announced that I'm the new host of the Weekend Today show at NBC. Of course, most importantly to me, I keep my job as a White House correspondent for us.
We know. We've been watching this week.
I trust. Yeah, this was a week, as you witnessed. But the bottom line is, it's just like you feel like truly for whatever I will do in the course of my life, like professionally, nothing will be as important, I think, as what we're doing right now. So I'm proud to be on the front lines of this effort.
Yeah, our president of the Academy here in Chicago, Steve Novak, said, we thought this was going to be the highlight of your week, but you already had your highlight.
Yeah, there've been a bunch of highlights already this week. I mean, to be totally sincere to you guys, as I'll share with everybody inside, the reason this is personally meaningful to me is when I was a student, it was now 20 plus years ago, I won the John and Ann Drury Scholarship. I was the
Congratulations.
That, which made a big difference when I was a college kid, and they wrote a nice article about me years later in one of the newsletters, which literally got read by NBC, which literally got me the interview at the network. So there was a direct line from this organization to my experience at the network, so I'm deeply indebted.
Yeah, and we're excited because tonight it's all student recipients of the scholarships that are the presenters. And Jeff and I presented last year, so it's exciting to see everyone so excited to present tonight. So, you got off the plane today after your morning shift, so are we on like hour 26 in your day?
So 6 o'clock Eastern, I've been up for 15 plus hours right now. Okay. It could be a little bit aggressive a little bit later. I was checking in with some friends who were like, you want to get together after this thing? I was like, are you kidding me? Right. I will be face down in a pillow by halfway time.
Peter, I have to ask, and first of all, I want to shake your hand really quick because how you did this week.
Let's talk about that.
That watch, you like that? Oh, we should do MVMT. There's a sponsor with that plug right now. I'm getting free watches. But I have to shake your hand because you backed up. Me being a journalist, Stephanie being a journalist, you backed up CNN at the press conference, and we really appreciate that.
So the bottom line is the president was attacking a colleague from CNN, and everyone can have their opinions about how Jim Acosta from CNN conducted himself and whether he should have been, more deferential to the president, what have you. But the bottom line is when the president started attacking him and then had called on me, I felt it was my responsibility just to try to cool the temperature. I said, that's unfair. As a diligent reporter, I've worked with him on the road. We're all busting our butt here. The president lashed out at me.
Just to paraphrase, he says, I don't really care for you either.
Yeah, in fact, what he said is, I'm not a fan of yours either, to which I said, I understand. And then I asked him my question, which is why we're here. It's to ask those, he can say whatever he likes about me. I think that reflects on him, not on me. My desire is to ask the questions that Americans care about right now, and that's what I'm going to keep doing.
And I feel like, at least from my perspective, you did this very respectfully. There's like a way to talk when you're heated and a way not to talk. So, whether you knew all eyes were on you or not, it was very respectful to both parties.
I appreciate you saying that. I mean, to be totally sincere, when the president rips on you to your face, there's not a lot of time to think. You just sort of react, and that was my reaction, and I'm proud of it. So I'm glad it came out all right.
So I have two nieces. You have two daughters. How do you go beyond journalism? And because there's a lot of people. President Trump is not a good role model. So how do you address to your daughters this commander-in-chief? And go beyond your non-biased hope of journalism.
So, as I'll share with the group here, it's not about being an advocate for Democrats or for Republicans. It's about being an advocate for the facts, for truth, and that's sort of the way I view my job every day. I think my frustration, if I have one, and I asked the president this on the campaign trail when he was using obscenities during the campaign, I said, what should parents say? I'm a young dad. What should parents say to their children when they're watching a man who wants to be president, who is now president, when they use language like this, when they speak like this? And he instead mocked me and said that I was part of what's wrong with America. But my takeaway from that moment was that, it's up to each of us now. You can't rely on the President of the United States, frankly, to be a role model in that way. You got to lead your children and lead young people by your own example sometimes.
Yeah, I love that. That's a great take on all of this. Now, I know your co-host for Saturday with Chanel. Yes, we love Chanel. So next time when I come back to the Today Show, I'm going to ask you to do our morning goddess pose, which is what Chanel. Yeah. I think you would rock it.
What I agreed to, but we'll make it happen.
Peter Alexander, thank you so much. Best wishes tonight. Thank you for coming back to Chicago.
Thanks, Peter.
We'll be back
Thank
with a
you.
whole lot more guys coming up next.